Alright, so this video is to introduce the newest member of the family. This guy is Swedish. It's a 2010 Husaberg FX450. Now, I'll explain this in a little bit, but let's first look at the engine, and that'll definitely show something interesting. So that is the engine. You can see that's a cylinder. Instead of going straight, goes slanted at 70 degrees. Crank is right here, and the gearbox is underneath it. So this is probably the only engine and the only bike made by Husaberg that has this kind of configuration where the gearbox and the engine are in the center, the cylinders in the front. This keeps all the rotating mass right in the center of the bike. That makes the bike feel very light. It's not light, the bike, on the scales, but when you ride it, it feels very light because all the rotating mass is right in the center. Now, this is 2010 model, bought from the original owner who bought it in 2011, and he's used it for racing. So he was like a serious racer, and he's done a lot of amazing things to it. So he's put like radiator braces, and he's put like a cooling fan right there. You can see this wired a cooling fan, some thermostat, and put some nice guards. Yeah, really like this bike. It also has a mapping switch, so you go from stock to soft and then all the way to wild. So you have 3 different mappings. It's completely fuel injected, so no carburetor, electric start only, no kick start, and it's got a composite rear subframe, so it's not metal subframe. So this whole subframe is composite. They were the first ones to make something like that, and probably the first bike where you don't need to have any tools to remove the seat. You just pull this and the seat comes off, and the airbox is actually here instead of the airbox being here. The airbox is in the front. So very unique design. It's a Swedish company, Husaberg, and Husaberg was formed when Husqvarna got bought by Cagiva of Italy. So the engineers of Husqvarna wanted to make their own company and keep it Swedish and not bought by Cagiva, you know, it's just Italian. So they made this bike with a lot of KTM parts, and man, it's wild. The bike is wild, so really love it. Feels very light. It's a 450. It's an FX. FX meaning like cross country. It's not an FE, but man, oh man, it is some bike, you know. I really love it. Just picked up yesterday. Now it'll go and join its siblings. Let's meet them. So it's gonna have a lot of siblings, starting with the big brother, the 650, and the 400, the XR400 is with my buddy. He's borrowed it and he's riding it. So instead he left his XR250 here for me to ride. So I might keep riding that. And what other 4-stroke? We have the 250 4-stroke. But I think when I'm riding them back to back, the 250 4-stroke, the 650 4-stroke, I think I love the 450 a whole lot more. There's something about this engine that's so unique. The engine braking is almost like not there. The bike is super light, and it pulls wheelies so easily. So I think if I have to keep one 4-stroke of all the 4-strokes I have, it's gonna be the Husaberg, which means all of these guys might go one day. You know, I might just keep the Husaberg. All the 2-strokes are intact. They're all here. Hopefully Alden said he's gonna like bring the 400 and pick up the 125 and have that for a while. So he's gonna borrow my 125. He's gonna drop back the 400, and yeah. So yeah. Just wanted to like say hi to the new addition to the family and welcome, and hopefully I have some time to ride this beauty. We'll see. Okay. To mention the things that he's added. I think he's added Pivot Works foot pegs. They actually tilt front and back, so as you move your weight on the bike, they can actually you can stay on full contact with the foot pegs, and of course they will bend. So he's done that. He's added like the shifter which can fold, and I think like blue tubing, manually adjusted tensioner. He doesn't trust the automated one. Carbon fiber guards. He also gave me guards for the disc brake, for the rear disc, and a few other things. So there's a whole bunch of parts that came in a bag, so we gotta like go through them and see what's there. And also like he gave me like headlights to go instead of the number plate. He used the number plate because he was racing, but I think I'll use the headlights and the horn and tail light if we need to make it street legal.